Hey there. How are you? This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot, and I'm here to do a Valentine's pick a card reading for you. I'm going to just jump right in and do a quick hello because it's been a minute since I've been online and I've missed you. And I thought, you know what? I do have the time this morning. I would love to get back and connect. I noticed that I bought myself a big bouquet of flowers in which there was some red spray roses, so they're here to give you the spirit of relationship, whether it's friendship or romantic. But I am going to do a relationship reading. We're going to pick some decks. So just to give you a feel for things and jump right in. Um, the first deck you can choose from is good old school Rider Waite. So if you are into, ooh, King of Swords, ooh, the devil. Look at what's coming. I'm going to read all upright, by the way, and I'm going to timestamp everything. But first deck is traditional Rider Waite. The other two are more contemporary. You can see what vibe you like. This is the Ember and Aura. And it is a bit of a watercolor modern um, deck. And the images are very evocative. I really enjoy them. Like I said, I'm going to read uprights. So there's number 2. And for the rest in the peanut gallery, I have the Lightseers, which I think you've seen a bunch of online. But to show you, it is again a bit more contemporary figures and modern day type of scenery. So if that's more how you're feeling today as you look through this, and you may want to hear like more than one deck, and that's totally your prerogative. So see what you think. I'll also be clarifying with oracles from Moonology and from the Prism deck, which I really am enjoying. It's Prism Oracle, which has beautiful color cards. So all that said, take a breath and hello to those of you out there. And pick whatever deck is resonating with you, and we will begin. So I'm going reverse mirror image. This is my number 1. And I'm going to remove these 2 for now. And it's the Rider Waite. So if you chose the Rider Waite, let's do a quick shuffle. I'm doing a relationship reading. Excuse me, whatever is going on for you, family, friendship, significant other, hopeful person you have a crush on, person you're maybe just starting to only reach out to. Maybe you're watching from afar. This person could be at work. Again, family, friend, whatever. And this is kind of my traditional relationship reading that I think I might have just designed myself. And let's see what comes up. So you are in the energy of the 9 of discs. You see your person, Ace of discs. You feel about them, Queen of cups. I'm trying to squeeze all that in here. Your person is in the energy of the Tower. And I did see a Tower earlier when I was flipping through. They see you. Wow. They see you in the Devil energy. And for those of you who know cards, that has a dual energy. That could be something not as healthy for them, or something addictive, compulsive, or it could have a very passionate sexual energy and connective energy. So electric energy. So let's just see how they feel about you. Wow. Lovers, pile 1. Lovers, they feel about you, lovers. Interesting. Energy between the 2 of you is the Magician, also interesting. The challenge is the Fool. Advice, Ace of Swords, and potential outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. So for earth signs, viewing this reading, kind of interesting, right? Because when you see an outcome that has a person, you could be, for earth signs, looking at this pile 1, landing in your power, which is a really nice outcome. But we're going to go through the whole reading and see what's coming up for us. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 10 of Wands. There's an energy of not really wanting to acknowledge a certain situation with this person, pile one, that, maybe you're trying to build a relationship with this person. You may have a relationship with this person from the workplace, or you originally met at the workplace. And I'll pull some oracles afterward. But, they could have been on your team at work. They could be somebody that wants to be a partner in your business. With this energy that you have of nine of pentacles, you could be somebody who is in the spirit of building your own abundance and creating your own worth, whether it's literal, like in business or in career, but it also could be seeing your own independence and worth and freedom in your own just general world. So you could be it could be kind of freedom focused right now, pile one. And this is a really positive card, of course, nine of coins. This figure, she's in like the lush, abundant garden. Okay, so it's good. It's a good thing. Now your other cards are you're seeing your person in the energy of the Ace of Pentacles, and you feel about them the Queen. So what that says to me is that you basically are thinking of potential. You're kind of being very positive, pile one. In general, you're thinking about potential. I do feel you've got some blocks to that. There's some burdens associated, or just a lack of seeing things for what they are from your end, or not quite wanting to make a decision about it. You might be placed with a decision that you're not as willing to make, and you're kind of still in possibility mode. I think you're being very optimistic about someone, and we're going to clarify with oracles to see if it's founded. But I feel like you're being very optimistic about someone. You're willing to convey in your feelings spot here, some unconditional support for this person, some affection and understanding, compassion. That's how you feel about them. You feel very connected to this person. So whether they are a work relationship or whether they've become a personal relationship, but you met at work. And I can't say that for everybody that's going to resonate. It's not going to be that way. But if this is your reading and you are resonating, this could be someone that you are currently having a work or business connection with. And that's how this partnership or relationship came to be. Um, or it happened that way in the beginning. But you see them as a channel for opportunity, something new, some kind of new beginning that you're seeking. And you're feeling very kind of connected about that. Maybe they're a channel for you to gain some independence for some of you. Now, interestingly enough, in your challenge to this relationship is the Fool. So the idea of getting a fresh start in your work via this person, the idea of getting a fresh start in a relationship via this person, for now could show up as the challenge. But we're going to get to that. I like to kind of first go to where the person's energy is. Your person's energy is in the Tower. So I don't feel that that's because of you at all. I feel like the energy I'm getting from this is that your person has a lot going on, and that their life could be kind of chaotic right now. So you have somebody who could be kind of chaotic, and their energy is unpredictable. With the Tower, we never know, that it was coming. The rug pull happens and it upends what's going on. So they could have had an upending of their sphere. So they could have, had a disruption of sorts in the family. They could have had a disruption at work. Um, but their current energy, and again, it doesn't necessarily have to be about you, is in this unsteady or shifting sort of energy. They do see you as the devil, but they feel about you the lovers, and they are commensurate cards. Okay. So what we know about them is, well, one is in the light and one is in the dark. And you can see in this one that's chained and a bit less freedom, and there's more control dynamics going, and the feelings that they have for you, they see you as being maybe, um, I don't know if you are putting a lot of, your freedom energy would tell me you're not trying to be clingy or put too much energy out there with this partnership person relationship. However, I'm leaning more that they see you as a potential addition to their rocky road. That for better or for worse, you're like a passionate connection to them, is what I really feel. To be honest, I paused, and that's what I was getting, that they feel a passionate connection to you, pile number one. And then that for them could be unsteadying. And they're already in a tower moment and situation. So you're continually possibly unsteadying energy for them, not necessarily a terribly bad one. They feel about you, the lovers, so they do feel an infinite connection. They may not be aware consciously why you're connected in terms of the greater scheme of things, that maybe you're here to be kind of some sort of learning to each other, soulmates to each other, that there could be a karmic connection. They do feel like they're needing to be, I feel that they're needing to be, they feel that they need to be decisive or have a decision coming of some sorts with you about this partnership relationship. The energy between the two of you is kind of a possibility one for me. Magician is kinetic, energetic, charismatic. There's a chance that somebody could be a little bit mischievous, hiding something. But to me, it also means that there's the ability to create and manifest, and the infinite, connection with the infinity symbol means to me too. That again, there's could be a universal karmic connection between the two of you. You could have had, if you believe in past lives, a past life, connection that's kind of coming back around to solve an issue. That could be that's creating a tumultuous connection for you and this person, pile one, or that's what's caused it. Current connection is the magician. So that says collectively with the two of you, you do have the tools to figure something out here. Even if your challenge is dropping baggage, burden, starting afresh, rebooting this situation, coming to it with the beginner's eye, that could be a challenge. The magician tells me you have what you need at your disposal. You have the tools of communication, you have a connection, you have even the practical tools, whether it's the focus on career on both sides, abundance on both sides. You both have it going on enough that neither of you is coming from a deficit. And you have tools and skills that could potentially kind of, do some workings here. The advice is the Ace of Swords. So it is again another beginning energy. You see the person in the Ace of Pentacles. The advice is the Ace of Swords. So, this is your reading, pile one. So for you, this means you may need some clarification. You may need some truth. So if you are feeling that you've seen the possibilities, you're being compassionate, giving this person the benefit of the doubt, if you're at all unsure, which, you might be because of the Two of Swords energy, maybe not seeing things as clearly as they are, you might need to communicate, find some truth, look into things a little further about what is up with this person. And I don't blame you, because look what they're coming from. They may be putting out mixed signals. They're kind of in overwhelm, chaos, etc. So with the outcome as Queen of Pentacles, this to me is definitely a positive sign. I do feel like it would say that from a practical standpoint, Queen of Pentacles is the consummate queen of relationships, but she can get it done in her business and her career. She's great at, the family and nurturing. And it's kind of that all around, I think, healthy vision of what a relationship can be when you think of the energy a Queen of Pentacles would bring. It's down to earth, and to me is a positive indication. So that being said, let's just pull a couple oracles for you, pile one, and see what other messages. I do feel like there's something about your person's got a lot of intense energy, this other person going on with the Tower, the Devil. They do have strong feelings going, which, strong feelings can be positive and strong feelings can be challenging. A fiery climax approaches. That is very much like a magician energy to me. Lovers and devil and maybe even tower energy. It's a full moon in Aries, and it means that do expect somebody to make a bold move, you or them. It could be that a bold move is required. This is going to culminate in something. And, it doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of kind of intense energies, on the table. I'm going to pull another one for you. So I'm going to pull that for their side because I think they have the fiery energy going. And that's where I felt to put it down. I'm going to pull one on your side, pile number 1. Communication is key. Yeah. I mentioned that with the Magician, that you may need to communicate, clarify things. I mentioned that with the Ace of Swords, you may need to clarify things. So if there's any doubt on your side, the advice is that you may need to clarify things and strike up a conversation that you can get to the heart of the matter. So I think that's pretty clear. Communication is key. The other oracle I'm going to pull for you, pile 1, as we finish up. I'm going to pull again one for each side of the equation here. Let's pull one for you first. In addition to communication, cleanse. So whatever energy you're carrying, and that was kind of interesting to me because the third one in is the 10 of Wands, and that's burdensome energy. The challenge here being the Fool, that's dropping the burden. So there is a need to cleanse here, and it makes sense to me that would come up. So this idea of doing what you need to do to come at this a bit more pure, from a grounded standpoint, not bringing any baggage into the scene. Pile 1, and another one for you is frustration. So whether, if you're getting some mixed signals, I'm sorry. I'm going to pull on the other side here. If you're getting some mixed signals, you need to kind of ground yourself first, ask the right questions. Communication is key. Okay. So you have frustration and cleanse that. They have ghost and they have protection. Okay. Yeah. I feel this very strongly. I feel like this person is coming. Ghost really in this deck tends to mean your past is revisiting you. Why is something coming up again? There could be a shadow side of something. And I mean, this person's got Tower and Devil here coloring how they're looking at things. They have some things to think about, process themselves. They may be very defensive right now. They may feel the need to be, and they may be just in feeling that way. They may be in a protection mode because somebody betrayed them or surprised them in a negative way, whether it's someone in their life, maybe not you. And they had the tower kind of come down upon them. So they may be going kind of in their cave, so to speak. They may need to do some visiting of their own shadow, kind of to figure out what's really at play here. Whether or not they're choosing to do it, I can't say. But they could be a bit difficult in communication because of their protective mode, which makes sense on why communication keeps coming up as a key in this reading, pile number 1. So I hope that was helpful. That's pile number 1. Pardon me. Let's get to pile number 2 and see what's going on for you. Pile number 2. Okay, so pile number 2, let me just shuffle these back in. And I will timestamp these so you don't have to bother waiting with this process. But if you're live, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. I'm going to do a couple shuffles. Okay, so pile number 2 is the Ember and Aura deck, which I do enjoy. And pardon me. Let's see what's going on for pile number 2 in a relationship. Again, this can be any relationship. It can be work, friendship, romantic, whatever, not yet romantic, hopeful romantic. Oh my. Okay, so we've got Son of Coins. That is a knight in this deck, but we're not choosing it yet. Pile number 2. If you chose pile number 2, let's see what's going on for you. Pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. So, pile number 2, you are in the energy of the Six of Cups. You see your person as the Daughter of Cups. In this deck, that's like the page. You feel about them strength. They are in the energy of the Son of Cups, which is the Knight, equatable to the Knight. They see you as Temperance. Interesting. That's a pretty Temperance card. They see you as Temperance, and they feel about you the Six of Swords. Okay. And then what is between you is the Hanged One. Also a pretty image in this deck. The challenge is the Emperor. The advice, excuse me, is the Eight of Cups. Potential outcome, the Two of Coins. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is the Moon, which is actually really beautiful. It's kind of like the light and dark, the shadow side. Certainly not the traditional moon that we see, but I feel like it's the shadow. Somebody's exploring their shadow. So that's bottom of the deck. Four of Swords, being protective after a stressful period, and the Empress and the Devil. Okay, some definite powerful energies here with this reading, pile number 2. We also will clarify with the oracles in a moment. But let's see, and welcome, by the way, if you're just dialing in and doing a timestamp, welcome back to my channel. I have not been here in a while. I'm happy to read for you. And let's get going. So you have this Six of Cups energy that you're in. You see your person as the daughter, or kind of like the Page of Cups, and you feel about them the Strength card. So I feel like you're feeling light and joyful at this time in this, February period, or mid-month of February, as we approach Valentine's Day and this idea of relationship. I feel like you're kind of nostalgic. Pile number 2, you might be feeling like you're in the memories and feelings of somebody that was in your life. So, I do feel like, okay, so I don't know if something is actively happening with you and this person. You do have the Hanged One in the middle energy between the two of you. So pile number 2, you may or may not be currently communicating with this person that you have on your mind while you're looking at this reading. You may be wishing that they would communicate. You may be thinking about reaching out to them. You may be thinking of old times. I do think that could be potentially the issue with the Six of Cups energy that you're in. You kind of have had some good memories with a particular person. They were somebody special to you. They are somebody that you are attracted to. And you are sitting in the energy of the Page of Cups. I feel like you have a romantic, light, fun, playful, flirty memory of this person and feeling about this person, pile number 2. I don't feel like you're being completely outward about that. I feel like you may not know if this person is a good connection for you, good as in beneficial to you for your higher good. I feel like for now you might be squashing excuse me, your true expression of how you feel about them, despite all these warm and fuzzies that I think you're sitting in and feeling and looking at them toward how you see them. Um, you see them as the Page of Cups. You see them with that potential of that youthful, romantic side in them. But yet I feel like despite how you're feeling about that, um, jury's out. And I think jury is going to remain out, truthfully, by the time of this time frame. You have a hanged man and you have a two of coins as an outcome, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I do feel like there's an energy for you, pile number two, where you're kind of holding back a bit. That's what I'm really getting. And it could be out of fear or concern or indecision and wondering if this is really a good move for you to be deeply in and move forward in, what does this hold for you? I think that's what I'm feeling. So you see your person as like the Page of Cups, and they're sitting in the energy of the Knight of Cups. So there's definitely some feelings here. I mean, there's no doubt this person has some feelings for you. They see you in the energy of Temperance. So to me, that is also kind of a love, harmony, balance card. So they may see you weighing something up. It's kind of not surprising that there's an outcome of the Two of Coins, and they see you as Temperance. I mean, literally, the cups and the coins are being balanced and weighed up here. So, and you are in a Hanged Man energy, which is many times a pause. So, this decision or this energy of feelings toward you toward them, or maybe even them toward you, could have a bit of, wait a minute, I'm not sure how this is going. I don't know if I want to fully invest. I have intense feelings. I have romantic feelings. I'm remembering we have been here before. We've had a good connection, but I don't know about how I'm going to plow in and move forward. I do think the person has romantic and feelings and emotions for you. And they do see you in the beautiful light of Temperance. They also, though, feel about you, Six of Swords, that there could be some trouble in the past of this relationship, and they want to move past that into calmer and more balanced energy. Now, that doesn't mean anything necessarily that you brought that personally, but that the combination of the two of you might have brought something that was a bit more imbalanced. And challenging for them. I mean, maybe it was a distraction for them. Maybe, that they want to kind of bury the hatchet on some past energy if it were to go forward. So they do feel this need to think about what are the better things that could be with us if we go forward. So they do have this romantic sense. They have the lovely image of Temperance as they see you. And yet I do feel like they are hopeful for something even better if the two of you were to stay together, or maybe for the moment they're taking a beat because they have things in their life and they want to just kind of like not be rocked off. Balance, Six of Swords is always about moving to calmer waters. So the energy between the two of you is that Hanged Man, getting back to that again. So there could be a pause in communication to evaluate, to gain insight. And with the Moon on the bottom of the deck, yeah, I do think one or both of you has a need to pause. Also, Four of Swords is a need to pause and reflect. There's definitely a reflection, excuse me, a reflection note here for one or both of you with this Hanged Man energy, with the Moon energy, Four of Swords. So I'm really getting that very strongly. There's a need to kind of put a pin in it, pause, and see what this is really about. You also have that energy of strength. So you've done that, pile two. The challenge is the Emperor. So in doing so, maybe it's just making sure the challenge is in staying in control. The challenge is in putting your boundaries in place as you do this. And again, I think you're doing this, pile two, with the Strength card. The advice is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups can always, signify to us that we have to kind of keep seeking, moving on, finding greater emotional fulfillment somewhere else than what is right in front of our nose. This is advice for you. So I'm reading this for you, pile two person. If you chose pile two, the advice would be um, consider what you're investing your energy into. Is this worth your energy and time and emotional focus? Or should you keep with that energy of the Strength and be more conservative with what you're giving out, putting out? You are on that wave, I think, of showing your confidence and boundaries. The challenge might be to maintain that because you're very nostalgic about this person. And then the ultimate outcome, pile number 2, is the 2 of coins. So during this time frame, I'm not certain if you're going to make a decision. I think you're going to still be trying to gain your balance and weigh things up. In some respects, I feel like you both want the same thing, which is not too much imbalance. I think that your person sees you as a source of balance and harmony. I do think there's a beautiful attraction and connection with the 2 of you. For whatever reason, I feel like you're analyzing, is this something you should put more energy into? It could be based in fear. It could be that something has burnt you in the past with this person, as well as the fond memories, or that they kind of remind you of a situation that you have experienced in the past. So pulling one for you, pile number 2, you and your loved ones are safe. So there's no need to feel threatened by this situation. There's a universal kind of energy watching over you when it comes to this relationship or your family. And on their side, show the world the real you. And that's a full moon in Aquarius energy, because this person could be a little more, cerebral, a little less emotional. They may not show their feelings real easily. And that could be playing into the situation. You can read that, as you want, but they are not kind of fully coming forward here. Excuse me. I feel like there's a big pause energy, reflection energy in this particular reading, number 2, pile number 2. For you. Also, I got the ghost. So you may, again, with the moon card, you may need to revisit some shadow energy, why you're afraid of this, why does it feel like it's a threat to your boundaries, perhaps, why you feel you need to, rein in your emotions here. The idea of ghost could be there's something from your past coming up, and that's very, very sensible, given that you're in the energy of the 6 of Cups, which is, I don't need to pick it up. It's a very past oriented, nostalgic card. So, excuse me, sorry about that. You're in the energy of this past nostalgic energy. So the idea that you may feel the need to examine, why are past relationships in your mind? Why is this person coming up right now? There's a past energy with the ghost. It's something revisiting your sphere that is from your past and may not even be physically in your present. So that's an interesting thing to explore. On the person who you're thinking about side, what else can you know about that or them? Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm so sorry. Let me take some coffee here. Nobody wants to hear me clear my throat. I know that. Abundance. Okay. So abundance and mystery. On the bottom, I was thinking, what's between the 2 of you? So I do feel like there's more to learn, more to know. There's definitely a taking a beat happening right now. There's this advice of stop, consider where your energy is best put, how to maintain your boundaries until you feel comfortable. Yes, be nostalgic, but don't be overly nostalgic to the point where you feel like you're rushing into something. And I don't think you will. You have romantic feelings toward each other. There's no doubt a connection of some sort, for sure. You do feel like you're harnessing some of your energy. So there's that pause energy, pile number 2. I think that's going to, serve you well to just not rush in to the situation this month, to do with whatever relationship you were thinking about. So we shall see. I would love to hear from you on, which relationship that is. And let's put these back in. Second time that the ghost came up. And we're going to get to pile number 3. If you chose pile number 3, that was our Lightseers deck. Pile number 3 if that was your energy. Just get a couple good poker shuffles in here for the Oracle decks. And we'll shuffle again before we pull. The Rose Quartz, pile number 3, people. Hello. Welcome. Who do we got here? Hey, Sunny. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm just kind of trying to read from a distance. Please forgive me. I'm paying more attention to the reading than I am to the chat right now. So glad you're here, who's ever watching after the fact and whoever is watching live. Pile number 3. This reading is for you. Pile number 3, what's in store in relationship this month of February and around even Valentine's, but does not have to be romantic relationship. Pile number 3, you are in the energy of the Page of Wands. You see your person in the energy of the Page of Pentacles, page energy. You feel about them the King of Wands. Okay. Fiery energy on your side, pile number 3. And theirs is, they are in the energy of the Sun. They see you in the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. That came up in another reading. I think that was pile number 1. And they feel about you the Four of Wands, which is always a growing, progressing, moving on to the next level relationship sign. So again, level setting ourselves. This can be any relationship you're thinking about on your mind, pile number 3. Energy between you two is the Empress. Potential obstacle, 3 of Cups. Advice. Interesting. The Hanged Man. And potential outcome is the 2 of Pentacles. Wow, that was the outcome in pile number 2. And we also had the Hanged Man in pile number 2. So definitely some pausing, reflective, stop and consider things energy, but not like the last one. Not like the last one. If you picked pile number 2, bottom of the deck is the Devil. Whoa, the Devil, the Hermit, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, the need to release some fears and some angst and bondage around this idea of this person or this relationship. Definitely, there's an allure here. There's definitely an allure here, a fire energy, a romance, chemistry. I'm feeling that big time. So let's go. So pile number 3, you're in the energy of the Page of Wands. You see them as Page of Pentacles and you feel about them King of Wands. You are in an energy of a lightness, fun. You are probably wanting to build, travel, communicate, learn. The Page is childlike. The Page of Wands brings a fiery, at times immature energy. So, I don't know if you've ever been accused of being kind of too childlike at times. Pile number 3, doesn't matter. It could just mean in this time frame, for the moment, you're expressing a bit more of a lighter energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. You do see your person kind of on that same par with you. You see your person in the Page of Pentacle energy. That means that, you see them as a student. You see them, being a learner, being someone who can kind of diss with you over topics that are lighter, fun, and communicative. And you have a broad mind. They have a broad. You see them as someone who has a broad mind, who can be open to growth. These are all really good things. I really feel that. And yet you feel a much more mature energy that you feel toward them is a passionate King of Wands. So we all have male, female energies in us. This has no bearing on whether you identify as a male. It doesn't matter what gender you identify as. You're bringing or exuding toward this person, pile number 3, King of Wands energy. So that's very passionate, connective, charismatic energy. So even though you might be playful in the moment and hold the energy of a Page of Wands, towards this person, you have a more mature and fiery outlook with them in terms of the connection. You see more potential. You may have had more relationships, or you may have had definitely some relationships in your history that gives you some perspective on relationships, so that you feel that you're bringing some insight to this particular connection. They are in the energy of the sun, so things are going on pretty well for them. You see them as the Page of Pentacles. They are in the full-on energy of the sun. Things might be going fine with them at work and life and their relationship. They tend to be kind of upbeat right now. Good luck is, bestowed upon them in the moment, and they see you as a new beginning. You see them as the Page of Pentacles. They see you as the Ace of Pentacles. So, in a similar sense, I mean, they do see you as offering a new start to something really concrete, a spark to something concrete. And that could be something that is either for the two of you a level above where you've been, like, okay, I'm in this mode right now in mid-February. The person may be saying, um, I want to get more serious. Let's be around each other more. Let's move in together. Let's have you meet my family. I want to meet your family. I want to meet your friends. It could be literally, let's spend, if you're at a distance, it could be, let's spend some more time together, pile number 3. But level 4 of Wands tends to be celebratory, and maybe it's just even you guys going out for the holiday or meeting up with some friends, or could be just that it's a progression in the relationship. So this person, pile number 3, has a feeling toward you of connectivity, celebration, leveling up, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. The energy between the two of you, well, of course, we do have to temper this with the devil underneath here. So, we're going to kind of see which way that devil energy is leaning when I start to clarify with oracles. I think it'll come out, or as we talk about things. The energy between the two of you is very nurturing. And again, something to build on, which is the Empress, something to create with. So that would very much align with me on the fact that they see you as a fresh start, a new beginning. There's a leveling up, this idea of moving forward. We can be moving forward here. And the energy between the two of you is a beautiful Empress energy. It's loving. There's an unconditional aspect to it, a nurturing aspect to it, a manifestation aspect. So the challenge, though, is the 3 of Cups. The challenge is, if you're not currently with the person you're trying to reconcile, are you really reconciled yet? I don't know. I don't feel like you're apart from this person and not in it. The other challenge could be that there's issues with your friends. There's issues with the friendship group, on your part, their part, that friends might be getting in the way, or there's just not a syncing up with community, tribe, or friendships. Where you each come from could be challenging and not connective right now, for some reason. We can clarify with the oracles. The advice is the Hanged Man. So a new insight. I feel this is more of a new insight versus a pause. I'm much more getting the aspect of Hanged Man as getting a new insight or a new perspective around something. So if there's any stuckness or any indecision, I think that a new perspective needs to be gained. A new perspective would be really useful. This could be the situation with the time frame also having a 2 of Pentacles as a potential, overriding card, over outcome card here. There's a need to weigh something up. There's a need to consider something. There's a need to look at the light and dark. There's a need to, there's always an infinite possibility with the 2 of Pentacles. It is an infinity symbol card. That's jumping out of me, especially with the devil being at the bottom of your deck, pile number 3. So there's an infinite connection here. There's a universal connection here. It may require going within to some degree, the Hermit. And try to explore why the bird in 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords. What is that baggage? Is it really something that is relevant? Do you have evidence that there needs to be any tainting on this relationship anymore? Is that just something from your past? Meaning past relationships trying to color this one, or past history with this person. I mean, look, this person has a pure sun energy they're sitting in. They see you as a new beginning in a tangible way, offering an opportunity, possibility, roots even coming down from the pentacle. They feel about you Four of Wands, which is, hey, how can we level up here? So I'm feeling like good vibes, especially even with the Empress between you. For a small subset of you, there could be a female energy that is in the mix. Somebody's sister, aunt, mother, more powerful mother energy that might be in the middle of the two of you. That's going to be for a very small subset of you. Okay. So let's figure out, like, do we need to worry about this devil energy? Is this the worrisome kind, or is it like the connective, karmic, passionate kind? Because again, you do feel King of Wands for this person, and there is definitely a connection here. So let's pull a Moonology card for you, pile number 3. Hey, let's pull it and see what else we can tell you about this connection. Adjustments are required. I'm going to pull one more. Communication is key. So in order to make adjustments and figure this one out, pile number 3, same old in the way you're going right now, or thinking right now, is not going to serve you. Adjustments are required, and gaining some insight to what that could be with the Hanged Man. However that you do that is, through introspection, through, if you're not taking time as the Hermit, you're not asking advice. Maybe you do need to ask advice. Communication is key. Just because somebody has like a lot of positive energy, they may not be communicating fully how they think and feel. I'm telling you in this tarot reading, they're sitting in positive energy and view you in all these positive ways. You may be looking at this going, really? Because I am not getting that from this person. So if you're at any level of confusion, adjustments are required in your thinking, need some clarification, and some communication is definitely needed. Their end. You're close to achieving your goal, and emotions are running high. So whether or not you see this at the surface, below the surface, they definitely are emotional, and they could be on a path to. They may be very. What I'm feeling is they may be very blinders on approaching a goal, and this could even be work related. This relationship could even be work related. For some of you, it is a work relationship that's kind of, about that relationship at work, but also, or about that work friendship or that work romance. But they are actually very focused on something. The trees are encroaching on the moon to the point where you see the moon through this channel of this lens, and it's definitely, to me, feeling like this person has a narrow view on what they want. Like they know what they want and they're getting there. And I wonder how you feel about that. Is it that you two together know what you want, or do you feel like you're not altogether clear on what your person wants? And if not, communication is key. For you, sweetness. Oh, that's a really good one right now. Sweetness, that color pink. That's what I love about the Prism deck. Sometimes it's just very glaring. And reflection. So we did talk about that, the need to think about what, if any, adjustments are needed. That idea of, the hermit is just beneath the devil. So maybe there does need to be a little reflection at this time, or pulse check with yourself or friendships that can give you advice if you're wondering that you need clarification. But there's an element of sweetness there. It's coming from a place of sweetness, and I do believe that. They have the sun and you have the Page of Cups. That's very sweet energy. Also on their side is protection. So I do feel like there could be a level of whatever they're feeling, even though we're reading it as really positive, you're kind of feeling like, really, like, I'm not entirely sure. Like they're not communicating as much to me. That could be going on for them, but yeah, they're not communicating that as much. Success energy. So this is very relevant. They're very close to achieving a goal, success, the sun. They've got an agenda here, whether it's to do with you or to do with their work. They feel like they're on the right track. They're very emotional about it. And whether or not you're hearing about it, I am questioning. I think that they've got some boundaries up right now. So you need to communicate and clarify on your end, pile 3. That's definitely what I'm feeling. So, for any relationship, friendship, partnership, situationship. No, I don't feel like this is that. But romantic situation, communication is key. At the end of the day, we can't deny that we need to know. Many times, the biggest thing getting in our way is not really communicating. We think people should read our minds and they should just know what we think, or why do we not know what they feel? Why are they not communicating? And that's the most vulnerable thing that people can do is communicate how they feel. So sometimes it's picking the right timing and definitely exploring what's really going on for this person. I just feel like that's going to be a big thing. So for the moment, there's definitely a connection with the two of you. The two of discs is a idea of a lot going on, the idea of weighing up a decision. So I do feel like, more insight is needed, more communication is needed, more insight is needed, and you will learn what you need to learn. But there's some beautiful energies between the two of you. There's no doubt some beautiful energies with the Empress sitting right there, loving right between you, and sweetness and some cups and a lot of brightness here. So see what you think, pile number 3. Wishing you a lot of luck around this one. And everybody, if you're still watching or kind of wrapping up this reading, thanks for being here. And I hope to see you soon. I hope I'll hop back on soon and not be so long next time. Take care and have a great Valentine's Day, no matter how you celebrate.